afternoon, Felicity. I'm so excited to have you. Welcome to London.
Thank you so much, and nice to see you again.
It's really lovely to see you again. It's a big anniversary
for
the
both
brand,
of us.
for both of us, yes. You are the group CEO of Australia's biggest travel and fashion brand.
Yeah.
That is incredible. Tell me about the company and you.
Yeah. Well, I've had a very long career in retail, and travel's enabled that because I've worked in many cities, London, San Francisco, Sydney, Melbourne, with many 90s businesses that are all, Gap, Reebok, that are all getting their next life. And I ended up with working for this Australian brand that's, as you said, the number one market for bags and travel. We're a $500 million business. And the opportunity to bring Nere, which is our travel brand, to the UK last year and launch it was certainly part of our internationalisation strategy, and it's been wonderful.
And what were you doing before Strand?
Before Strand, I was with a different retail fashion brand. So I was with a company called Cotton On in Australia, Gap. I spent 20 years with Gap. And with, as I said, Reebok, but it's I think I've sold more jeans and t-shirts than anyone in the world, and it was exciting to move into a new category, particularly one that was being reinvented.
So travel is such an exciting industry, but what goes into actually creating a luggage brand?
I think there's a massive shift that's happened in the world, and I think travel's now accessible for everyone. And I think that it used to be a very functional commodity that we took with us to the airport. And then I think now, as we're all travelling, and certainly because of digitisation and technology, it's now an important accessory that plays into our own personal style. And I think function's important, but style's also become incredibly important in the category.
Yeah, it's so interesting because the travel journey starts from the minute you book it, the packing,
Absolutely.
right at the start. It's not just about once you get to the holiday.
At all. In fact, your case now, it comes on the holiday with you, and people care what it looks like on their holiday.
Yeah.
And when you think about packing, you put all your favourite things and your most loved things in that case. So it needs to be looked after, protected. It needs to be durable, but it also needs to work hard for you.
So Nere's quite specific because you're breaking the mold with luggage. Yeah. What makes it so different?
I think, again, it's that function, which is incredibly important, but bringing together fashion as well, and delivering that to the customer with a value proposition. This is not an expensive purchase. It's meant to be accessible, but it's made out of PP, the best material you could be making luggage with. It's got all recyclable lining. And then it's got a lot of systems within it. And it's not just about suitcases either. It's about packing cubes, accessories, luggage tags, straps to identify your case, totes to be able to add to your, to be able to speak. I'm a very carry-on person. I don't love to check luggage for especially short hauls, but I have to work my luggage very hard to make sure I can take as much on as possible.
So you talk about it being identifiable with the straps and accessories,
yeah.
But I mean, the colours, they are very identifiable.
They are. And we were really excited. We weren't too sure whether we would get, we knew in certain markets there might be a bit more resistance to colour, but exciting. And again, I take technology and thank it for that. I think we've all got this level of optimism, and it is Australia's number one travel brand. And we're a young country. We're optimistic. There's still blue sky in our little island. And we think that we're bringing a bit of joy to the world, to be honest. And this was designed off the back of Bondi Beach and that beautiful ripple that you see on the ocean when you look out, and just bringing the joy and colour and optimism to customers to be able to have a bit of fun with their luggage was part of the strategy.
So this is the new collection, Bondi. Yeah. When is this out?
It launches in mid-July. Nice. So we're very excited. This is the first time I've actually travelled with it, so it's been really exciting to actually have it with me. And as I said, it's our lightest. I think from a customer perspective, we can talk materials that don't really mean that much to a customer. At the end of the day, it needs to be light and big, and that's what we all care about, and look great. And I think that's what it delivers.
You talked about the travel industry changing.
Yeah.
How do you think it's changed in the past decade?
Well, I think it's become travel, as I said, it's very accessible now to everyone relative to their budgets. I think you can do lots of different versions of travel. And I think COVID taking travel from us was something that none of us ever expected. We all work very hard, and we shouldn't feel guilty about a reward to spend time with family and friends and to be able to reconnect and rejuvenate. So I just think that we all know the importance of celebrating life and breathing and being back in the moment, and nothing does it like travel does it.
So how does a luggage brand have to adapt to this love, interest, surge in travel?
I think it's the category itself's had a lot at the bottom end. So there's been a lot in the cheap, and then it's been quite traditional in the past. I think there's been an opportunity then to develop a range and a brand that fits that middle, that delivers value with the functionality of the top end, but brings the fashion and the fun and allows customers to tie it back to their own personal style. If you want neutral black and white, there's options for that. Or if you want to step out in colour, there's options for that. And then likewise with accessories, you can, personalise it with your own accessories to make it yours. And I think that's really important.
So you're a carry-on. You like to take your luggage on the plane, even from Australia?
Look, there's two pieces to me. One is that I am very much carry-on is my top priority. So I will take as many bags that I could legally take onto a plane and within the limitations of that flight. So I do have two pieces of carry-on and I work them very hard. And if I am coming from as far as Australia, I actually organise my travel to be my London leg. And I do leave some things with friends here to just go to Europe. I think doing Europe without checked bags for 2 weeks, if you can perfect that art, you get to an extra hour in the Mediterranean, which I'm all about.
Yeah, instead of the airport. So
Exactly.
I guess you're coordinating your outfits and your day-to-day.
I am. I'm a planner. So, and I fly for work every single week. I fly from Melbourne to Sydney. So I've got this luggage as much as I've got my handbag. Yeah. And so I map out my outfits for the week. I put them into packing cubes and
you're off.
They're off.
What's your go-to for short haul and long haul? What are your pieces?
My key piece for a short haul is what we're calling our travel tote, which is our under the seat tote, which goes on top of the case. And again, it's got things like the zip that can go under and your things don't fall out. So we've thought about everything like that. And then for the long haul, I take the tote, but then I take it with more of a medium or a large case. But again, I'm all about the lightest and the biggest. It's just if I'm going for 4 weeks, I need the big.
The big one. And
Absolutely.
They're really light. They're so easy to use and turn.
Oh my gosh,
swivel.
the wheels. I mean, these 360 wheels it's a huge part of the technology. I mean, these are engineered, these cases. So wheels, handles, they're all engineered to ensure that they make it easy for the customer to transition through airports, and just that they're easy for us all to hold.
I want to talk about your out of office. Any recent trips that have been amazing? I know you've got an incredible one coming up.
Yeah. I think, I'm spoilt because obviously we have an office in London, so I get to come here quite frequently. And, so I make sure, like many people again post-COVID, when we're doing a work trip, and I mentor a lot of girls and I try to explain to them, don't wait 20 years to learn to stay a weekend and enjoy a city. If you're going for work, don't feel guilty, experience the city as well. So I do add on a couple of weeks, and I've also perfected at this stage of my life that I should have 2 summers. I'm a much happier person to have summer in the southern hemisphere and enjoy the northern hemisphere summer.
Yeah.
So anywhere in Europe, but Italy is I feel like I must have had a past life in Italy because I feel very at home with the culture, the food, and as I said, I'm at peace in the Mediterranean.
Yeah, it's a good life there. They do it well in Italy.
They do.
You mentioned a couple of packing tips. We've got coordinating outfits, packing cubes.
Yeah.
Share the insight. Tell me, what else have you got?
I think the one that I love, and I get this more from when I listen to customers that have got, one of our customers has 5 children, and she got the packing cubes and the kids, and she sent me a shot with all of them at the airport, and she'd colour blocked all the kids. And I just thought it was genius because I was just like, when you get to that hotel and you open up and you've got the kids all wanting their stuff, isn't it just easier to say, you're pink, you're yellow, you're lilac, look after your own things. And take them to the next level. Here's your laundry bag. Put your dirty things in there, in the laundry. So I think getting organised when you go to new places, particularly with kids, and it's so chaotic because it's change. So what you could control, I say take complete control of.
Yeah, I think, and also there's an excitement for the kids.
Completely.
They've got ownership over their own stuff. their own luggage.
It's all about empowering them, and I think they love it. You see these, I love seeing the kids in the airport with their little faces wheeling their own luggage through. I mean, it's a big thing.
Yeah.
It's an independence, and it's certainly I've been empowered with my things, so it's wonderful.
Where do you love traveling to with kids? Because you have.
I have, so I say to everyone, those resorts that have got the pools and, you know, the beautiful cultures. I mean, in Australia, we're very fortunate to be close to Fiji and Thailand and Bali, and, you know, to be able to have the local beautiful communities look after your kids and have, the kids clubs. I would thoroughly recommend those things when you can actually sunbake on a trip knowing someone else is watching your child for a couple of hours, and then they come back and I think you enjoy the time with them a bit more.
Yeah.
Share the love, I say.
Holiday for everybody, right?
Exactly.
And any favourite hotels?
You know, for me, I think at the moment there's certain hotels. I'm a very high-low person. I love a 3-star and I love to spoil myself with a night or two and a 5-star. There's a bucket list attached to that, but one of my favourites is Eden in Ishka, and it's a beautiful family and it's a beach club, and lots of people come just for the restaurant, but we were fortunate enough to stay there and get to know the owners, and they're just gorgeous, and we've been back for a few years and they know you and send you a note on your birthday, and you just feel like it's another home when you get there.
I love that. And what's your one travel essential that you will not leave home without?
Well, the funny thing is, I was thinking about that today and thinking I could give you a list and it's all my bags. And then my husband heard me talking out loud. And then I said, what is my one essential that I must take on my holiday? And he looked at me and he said, I'd like to think it was your husband. And I thought, that's actually a really good answer. I do need you on holidays.
Yeah.
And it is our moment together. But I need bags. And I don't just say that because I'm I need my passport in a crossbody close to me. I need my tote because I do take my laptop, and I do want that also on the trip. As much as I'll switch off, it still needs to be close. And yeah, so for me, it's my bags.
And if you could go tomorrow somewhere, anywhere, where would you go?
I think that I would go to, I think in Italy I've spent a lot of time getting to know the beaches because I'm tired and I just want the beach holiday and to have have the Italian holiday versus the Italian city. But I haven't done the lakes before, so I'm very excited to, I think Como and going to Lake Como is definitely on the bucket list.
And you have it coming up.
I do. And it's been something I've wanted to do for years and years. And I always book a trip the week or two after I get home. I've always got one to look forward to. So when I'm on a holiday and I'm relaxing, it's my time to start not enjoying the moment, but thinking about the next one.
Isn't that amazing? It's that psychology of just constantly having that
and
thrill of travel.
And I just feel in those moments I'm switched off and I'm very present and I'm thinking 100% about what's important to me. And I think, I really did come out of that lockdown, and obviously we were in Melbourne, the most locked down city in the world, and coming out of that after not being able to travel for years, and we really felt cut off from the world in Australia. Whilst there was a positive to that, because it was an island we could literally put a fence around, it was very difficult. So once we could get back and reconnect with the world again, it was just so, so important for us. And I just you can't live in Australia without travelling. It's just, it's just too far and it's a small country. So it's amazing to experience other cultures.
Thank you, Felicity. I think the brand is amazing. I use it. It's so easy to use. I have a pink one for my daughter. It's fabulous. Thank you so much for your time.
You're so welcome.
And I hope it's a super success in the UK.
I'm sure it will be. We've already had, we're nearly $100 million in its first year, and it's been amazingly received everywhere, and we've been shipping all over the world, so it's been exciting to learn.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.